On a quiet street in Chihuahua, Mexico, there is a bridal shop called La Popular. For decades it has drawn in crowds, not just for its dresses, but for what stands in the front window. A mannequin, so lifelike that people swear she must once have been alive. Locals call her Pascualita. Her glassy eyes seem to follow anyone who passes by. Her hands, detailed down to the veins and wrinkles, don't look like they were sculpted. They look human. The legend begins in 1930. On what was meant to be her wedding day, Pascuala Esparza's daughter was struck by tragedy. Bitten by a black widow spider, she collapsed before she could ever walk down the aisle. The town mourned her. But soon after, a new mannequin appeared in the shop window, and everyone recognized her face. The townspeople whispered the shop owner had preserved her daughter's corpse and displayed it in the window. They said grief had driven her to madness. Day after day, the mannequin stood there, unchanged, unmoving, yet far too real. It wasn't long before strange stories began. At night, workers swore they saw Pascualita shift ever so slightly. Customers claimed her gaze followed them as they tried on gowns. Some even said her lips parted, just enough to almost form a smile. Brides began traveling from across Mexico, believing that choosing their gown under Pascualita's watchful eyes would bless their marriage. But with each year, her legend grew darker. Those who dared to stare too long into her glassy eyes sometimes claimed they saw them blink. Workers who dressed her described a terrible chill, as though her skin was not wax but flesh, cold and lifeless. One woman refused to touch her again, claiming Pascualita's hand felt too much like that of a corpse. Some nights, people passing by swore they saw her face pressed against the glass, her lips curling into a faint grin. Others said if you watched long enough, she would shift positions entirely. By morning, she was always back in place, waiting. Legends say her spirit cannot rest. Some believe Pascuala made a deal with the devil, binding her daughter's soul to the mannequin. Others whisper that the mannequin is cursed, feeding on the fear of anyone who dares to meet its gaze. Today, Pascualita still stands in that window. Nearly 100 years later, she has never aged, never cracked, never changed. Tourists gather to see her, to test their courage. Some walk away laughing, others walk away pale, shaken, swearing she moved. So, is Pascualita nothing more than an elaborate mannequin crafted with terrifying detail, or is she truly the preserved corpse of a bride who never reached the altar? When you visit Chihuahua, perhaps you'll find out for yourself, if you're brave enough to look her in the eyes.